Hey guys, I know you guys will pop on soon, so I'm gonna make my way to my car. I am leaving work for a living. Oh gosh, I think I'm letting you guys in on a little bit more and more of my life. Kind of makes me a little nervous, but I do it anyway because things are real in life, and I just want you guys to know how real I am. Okay. So tonight, I just wanted to hop on really quick and do a live about relationships. So I was sitting with a client today and about relationships and where we're going wrong these days. Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm in the car. I'm on my getting ready to go home. Just left work. Saw a few clients today, and anyway, so relationships, right? So back in the day when relationships were like the end all be all, when people weren't afraid to get married, and hey Paul, how you doing? Hi everybody. Relationships. So back in the day, we used to have these TV shows, right? Like the Huxtables and what else? There were, the Home Improvement Show and Married with Children, the Al Bundy Show. But a lot of people of this generation remember those shows. However, a lot of people my age grew up with those shows, and the ideal that being in a marriage, being in a relationship doesn't take work. Like we grew up in the ideal that relationships are going to be, this TV show where your wife might stay home with the children and the guy will go to work and he brings home all the bread, and that was a stereotypical relationship back in those times. And now relationships are different, people are different, we're evolving, and we have not evolved our techniques on being in a relationship. We have not adjusted to the new norms, and that is what can lead to the fall of people, is not being able to adapt and to be flexible and to move forward. And so, okay, these relationships, right? So now you have people in society who think that relationships look like what they used to look like on TV, where everything is always good. There's no arguments, and if there are arguments, people they already know how to control themselves. They know how to communicate. But in actuality, people do not know how to communicate effectively because they've never been taught. People don't know what real relationships, or not real relationships, but healthy relationships look like because they have not been taught. These are things that we are kind of throwing by the wayside and hoping that our legacy, our children, this new generation coming up, we're assuming that they know, and they don't. And so we have these children looking for companionship, and we don't know how to do it. We don't know what to look for. We don't know what we like. We don't know, what our big no-nos are. We don't know what abuse looks like, and so it's kind of hard to be in a relationship when you don't know how to maintain a relationship. It's like having a car. You can go out and buy a car if you want to, but if you don't know how to maintain that car, change the oil on that car, making sure that the tires aren't flat, and that they have the adequate amount of air in them, that car eventually is going to fail on you. And relationships are the same thing, and so those slight things, like learning how to communicate, learning how to express your feelings without blowing up, knowing what abuse looks like, knowing when you're being taken advantage of, knowing that relationships are not always perfect and that you are going to argue and there are going to be cyclical recurrences of ups and downs in the relationship. People don't know this, and so when they come, they're unprepared, and it happens so quickly that they cannot prepare themselves in the process. And so this is where we are failing as people, looking for love. And all we want to do is just be with somebody that's going to accept us and love us, right? But we have not worked on ourselves to accept and love other people. And so I think it starts with the individual. It starts with you. You need to know what you're looking for. You need to know how to get it. You need to know, what's healthy. And you need to know what impulses you have so that you can overcome them, so that when you're looking at an individual, you're not looking at them shall I say shallow, like being shallow when you look at someone, looking at the deeper person, looking at them as a whole entity, knowing whether or not this individual that you are choosing to spend your time with, knowing whether or not they are qualified. Yes, I said qualified, because each individual person comes with their own unique challenges, issues. Each individual comes with their own unique issues. And so if you're not qualified to take that relationship on, if you don't have the necessities to maintain that relationship and to support that individual, then you're wasting your time and you're ruining your life and that person's life as well. It takes nothing to ruin another life. I mean, it's quite simple. All you have to do really is to show up and not be the right person, I feel like we need to educate people so that they can live healthier, happier lives in a relationship. So anyway, that's my spiel. I feel strongly about that. I know I said the last time in my life that that intimacy and relationships are my specialty. Yes, I I work with individuals that have anxiety, symptoms of anxiety, depression, PTSD, transitional issues in life, different things like that. I work with those, but I feel like my plot in life is to help humanity, in this way, so that they can become a more whole, healthier individual. I feel like that is what I'm supposed to do. So that is why I show up on YouTube now. That is why I show up, and that is why I do how-tos. That is why I have created the community over at the website. That is why I commit my life to this. I'm not some random person that has, just decided to pop up and start talking about sex and relationships. This has been a long time coming for me. This has been years. And what you're seeing right now is almost a polished product, But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get on and I wanted to talk about where we are with relationships and where we need to go. So we need to be more educated, okay? So I'm gonna read some of the comments real quick. I'm driving, so hopefully, I got this phone in a holder, so when I get to a light, I can address some of these comments if you guys are making comments or questions or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. You have to know what you want before you get into a relationship. And a lot of people are really afraid to really be specific about what they want in a relationship. But you have to be, because if you don't be specific, when you meet someone, you not say, oh, yep, nope, that's not it. Nope, I don't want that. You can't do that because you have nothing to bounce that off of. You haven't gone through the process of knowing yourself and knowing exactly what it is that you need out of a relationship or what you want in a relationship. You need to take some time, sit down, literally sit down, pull out a piece of paper and a pen and write down at least the top things that you like and that you want out of a relationship. And from there, when you meet new people, you can say, okay, yeah, this person is someone that is worth looking at because of X, Y, and Z. You know, relationships are not developed and maintained, you know, and your partner is going, I can't iterate this enough. Your partner is going to be upset with you at some point. You're going to do something that they don't like. They're going to do something that you don't like. It does not mean it has to be the end of the world or the end of the relationship for that matter. And stop worrying about how other people do their relationship. Worry about how you do your relationship. If the person you are being intimate with and sharing that space with is okay with, I don't know, things that the mainstream wouldn't be okay with, then that's between you and your partner. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. What you are doing may not even be a thing. It might not even exist. People might not even, you know, be privy to the way that you are and how that works for you. So anyway, I can get off my soapbox now. Oh, I love it. Anywho, all right, well, so that's what I think about relationships. We need to educate people more. That's what I think. Okay. This might be a thing, late night drop. I really appreciate you doing this because you're a voice for people that's not really spontaneous and romantic. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you appreciate this. I might make this a thing. Who knows? Because I have a lot to say and I see a lot, especially because I come into contact with so many clients that have a plethora of issues, you know, on the spectrum from super challenging to, you know, it's hard, but I'll get over it, you know. So I just felt like since I am the central, it's okay. Let me explain it like this. It's like being the coach and seeing people play, but you're a player and you've only seen yourself play. I know this playing style, that playing style, this playing style. The only playing style you know is the one that you do on a regular basis. And what I can do is bring to you other playing styles that are out there, and maybe it'll work for you. Maybe it'll make you more confident because, you know, you share something similar with other people. That's all. That's what being human is about, you know, just sharing connections with other individuals and, man, just getting through this life, walking through this life together. And learning how to be in a relationship is like #1 on that list, because how can you walk this life with anybody if you don't know how to be in a relationship, whether it's a couple's relationship or, you know, a relationship with your parents or something. Anywho, well, I have made it to my house now, and you know, I just wanted to leave you guys with that. So if you have any questions about relationships, just leave them in the comments. You can reach me at, actually, just come over to the website. I'm trying not to do any DMing and stuff like that because it takes away from all of the other stuff that I have to do. So I have to get all my messages in one central location. So if you want to contact me, please go over to www.sensualinnovations.com/welcome. Please sign up for the website and you'll get all the content that I have, that I'm pushing out weekly now. Anyway, so yeah. All right. Well, I love you guys and I'll be back soon. I do Instagram. I do have a Twitter. I'll make sure I post everything in the comment section. in the description section. Okay, make sure you like this video, make sure you share this video, make sure you hit the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, you won't get all my content. All right, guys, you have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.